Hi, loves. Take a moment to slow down, soften your breath, and just become aware of where you are right now, because there's nothing you need to force in this moment, nothing you need to rush into, just a quiet space to come back into yourself and receive what resonates with your heart. This message feels very intentional, very guided, almost like the Holy Spirit is bringing clarity to a path that is already unfolding for you, especially if you've been sensing that something is shifting, but you haven't fully been able to put it into words yet. Starting with success in project, clarified by perception creates experience. There is something here about how what you are building, working toward, or stepping into is not only supported, but already aligning in ways that may not yet be fully visible. And the key to this success is not just in the action you take, but in the way you perceive what is happening. The Holy Spirit is guiding you to understand that your interpretation shapes your experience. And if you begin to see this path as something that is unfolding for you rather than something you have to control or force, everything begins to feel more aligned, more natural, and less pressured. God is not asking you to push harder, but to see more clearly, because clarity changes how you move. Then moving into angels send you signs when you're at a crossroads, helping you choose the path aligned with your soul's purpose. Clarified by, your energy introduces you before you speak. Start your day with intention, protect your peace like it's sacred. There is a very clear message about alignment and presence, because you are not just being guided through external signs, you are also being asked to become more aware of the energy you carry into situations. The Holy Spirit is showing you that your decisions are not just about logic or timing, but about resonance, about what feels aligned in your body and your spirit, and that the way you show up matters just as much as the choices you make. There is something here about protecting your energy more intentionally, about not allowing outside noise, pressure, or expectations to pull you away from what you already feel within yourself, because that inner knowing is part of how God is communicating with you. The crossroads you are at is not confusing because there is no answer. It feels confusing because there are multiple paths, but only one that truly aligns with your peace. Then at the center we have 444 protection, clarified by patience. Good things come to those who wait. Practice patience and trust in divine timing. And this is the foundation of the entire message, because it shows that everything unfolding right now is not only guided, but protected. There may be a part of you that wants things to move faster, to become clearer, to arrive sooner, but the Holy Spirit is asking you to trust the timing, not because things are delayed, but because they are being placed in the exact position they need to be in. God's protection does not always look like immediate results. Sometimes it looks like pauses, delays, or moments where nothing seems to be happening. But those moments are not empty. They are intentional. They are where alignment is being finalized behind the scenes. You are not being held back. You are being positioned. And patience here is not passive. It is trust in motion. It is choosing to remain grounded even when you cannot yet see the full outcome. Then moving into, it's time to step outside your comfort zone and face your fears with courage. Clarified by trust, follow your instincts and trust in your vision. There is a very clear forward movement being asked of you, but it is not reckless or forced. It is guided and intentional. The Holy Spirit is not removing fear completely, but is asking you to move with it differently, to recognize that fear does not always mean stop. Sometimes it means you are approaching something meaningful. Trust becomes the bridge here, because you are not meant to wait until you feel completely ready. You are meant to trust what you already know within yourself and take the next step from that place. God is not asking you to have the entire path figured out, only to trust the direction you are being pulled in, because that pull is not random, it is guidance. And finally, no is a full sentence. You don't need to explain your boundaries. You are allowed to choose peace without guilt, clarified by learning opportunity. A new opportunity will present itself. Expand your knowledge and embrace growth. This brings everything into a very grounded, real-world application. Because as new opportunities begin to open, as growth begins to present itself, there will also be a need for discernment, for choosing what aligns and what does not. Not every opportunity is meant for you, and not every direction requires your participation. And the Holy Spirit is reminding you that saying no is not rejection, it is alignment. God is not guiding you into expansion so that you can overextend yourself, but so that you can choose more intentionally, more clearly, and more aligned with your peace. Boundaries here are not limitations, they are protection. They are how you remain aligned as things begin to grow. When you step back and take in the full message, what becomes clear is that you are being guided through a very intentional phase of movement, one that includes success, alignment, protection, courage, and growth, but also requires trust, patience, and boundaries. Nothing here is random, nothing here is accidental, and nothing here is happening without purpose. The Holy Spirit is not only guiding you forward, but also refining how you move, how you choose, and how you trust yourself along the way. God is reminding you that what is meant for you will not require you to abandon yourself to receive it, and that the path you are on is not something you need to question at every step, but something you are being guided through moment by moment. So if you've been feeling like you're standing at a turning point, like something is opening but not fully clear yet, this is your confirmation that you are supported, that you are protected, and that you are being guided into something aligned with your purpose, even if it requires you to step beyond what feels comfortable. You don't need to rush, you don't need to force clarity, and you don't need to explain your path to anyone who is not aligned with it. You only need to stay connected to what feels true within you, trust that guidance, and allow things to unfold in the timing they are meant to. And if this message met you where you are, go ahead and like this video so it can reach someone else who may need this same guidance. And if you feel called to stay in this space, subscribe for more messages like this. Because if this found you today, there is a reason for that.